So this Internet of Thing is nowadays a buzzword. Many of you may heard about this word, right? Uh, Many and many applications, right? People are trying to add IoT in applications, right? And try to use it. So we'll see uh, what is the Internet of Thing, what are the application, how we can create application using using this Internet of Things, some of the terminology which are included in this Internet of Things, right? So that all things we'll see. Some of the protocols, right? To use to use this IoT in your application, right? Similar to our computer network, right? It has some protocol, so we have to satisfy those protocol, and then we can use this in our application, right? So all those things we will see. So first of all, we should understand the name, like what is IoT word, IoT, Internet of Things. So if you see this word, we have two words, right? One is the internet, and the second is the things, right? So first word is internet. So what is internet, right? So we already studied in the first unit, right? The internet is nothing but the network of networks, right? If you have some different networks, right? That network may be LAN, that network may be a PAN, personal area network, the network may be WAN, wide area network, right? So if you combine all those networks, right, then you can call it as the internet, right? So in this IoT, right, it's one kind of a technology. So in this technology, we are using the most of the time internet, right? So generally in our mind, internet means whatever we browsing, right? Like we are searching something, and the information we are getting, right? So generally in our mind, internet means that internet, right? But actually internet is nothing but the network of network, right? So if you have a network, right, of some devices, right, then you can use that network for the IoT application, right? Or you can use IoT using that network in your application, right? So when we talk about the IoT, there must be a network of some devices, right? Then the second thing is second word is the things, right? So as generally we uh, speak, like if something is there, then we use the word thing, right? Something. So thing means anything, right? uh, uh, so these things are variety of devices. It even it can be a human also, right? So in IoT, if human is involved, then it is considered as a thing, right? uh, so for to be a thing, right, it's require identity of its existence, right? uh, the things in the network can be a device, a physical object, right, which can measure some parameter, which can monitor something, right? So for example, we can say like temperature sensor. So it can be a thing, right, which is generally used to measure the temperature of surrounding. So like things can be a electronics device, things can be a object like shoe, uh, or some vessels, right? uh, it can be some vehicle like aeroplane, it can be a car, it can be a bike, right? Even your mobile can be a thing. some electronics appliance like bulb, fan, right? Tube light, they can be a thing. Right? So any physical object can be a thing, right? In the IoT, right? So these things are capable of exchanging data with connected devices in the system, right? So whatever the devices you have connected in your system, in your network, right? So these things have the capability of exchanging the data, right? Then and only then you can consider it as a thing, right? uh, and the data, whatever the data, right, uh, in your system, right, that could be stored in a centralized server, that can generally is cloud, right? It, it could be processed there, and a control action could be initiated, right? So these are the some, uh, we can say, the, the things which happen in the IoT, right? Uh, some data is generated, some data is stored, some data is processed, right? And after end of the process, some action is actuated, right, or initiated, right? So the device is the physical object which having uh, such all or some of these above characteristic, right, are known as a thing, right? So things are able to exchange the data, things are can may generate the data, the things may store the data, the things may process the data, right? So anything which can do some of this process or some of this action, right, are known as a things. Or also, like, if some object is doing some action, like uh, it will involve some, for example, we'll talk about the vehicle, then moving wheel of the car, right? So this kind of one, it's action. So that could be a thing, right? Some the device which are able to do some action, do some actuation, right? So most of the time these things, right, most of the times these things are the sensors, right? Or we can say, like, the famous things are the sensors. And such sensors may be the temperature sensor, pressure sensor, humidity sensor, tilt sensor, right? uh, in the market, you have many types of the sensors are there, right? You can see in the picture, like ultrasonic or radio sensor, RFID or NFC sensor, magnetic sensor, electric sensor, right? Some of the sensor for leakage and to measure the level, uh, pressure, force or load sensor, temperature sensor is very well known, right? Then to measure the displacement or motion or velocity, you have the sensor. uh, you have the sensor to measure the humidity, moisture or presence of water. uh, you have some optical sensor like camera, right? Which will use for to get the vision, right? You also have the flow sensor, right, to measure the flow of some liquid or water. You may have the acoustic or sound sensor, right? uh, you may have the chemical or gas sensor. You may have the proximity sensor, which is used to sense the presence of some metal or some object. You may have the vibration sensor, right? You may have the tilt sensor to measure, like, the tiltness of the particular surface, right? So these are the different sensors. We have the uh, variety of sensor, right? Most of the sensor I have listed, right? But apart from these, you may also have some other kind of sensor, right? So most of the time, right, or we can say mostly in IoT we have this sensor as a thing, right? uh, so generally these sensors, why we are using the sensor? So sensor is sensing some physical quantity, right? Like the temperature sensor will measure the temperature of the surrounding, right? If we'll talk about for example flow sensor, right? Then flow sensor can sense the how much flow of particular liquid inside a pipe, right? So it's measuring some physical quantity, right? uh, if you talk about the humidity sensor, then it will measure the humidity of the surrounding or humidity in the temperature in the environment, right? If you talk about the motion, then some sensor will sense the motion of particular object, right, wherever you place the sensor. So the main uh, we can say like aim or uh, what sensor will do. So generally sensor will sense some data of surrounding, right? The data may be some physical quantity, right? uh, so the data from the sensor are collected, right, and then sent to the cloud, or it may store to the local server for the data analysis, right? So that's why generally in IoT uh, the famous things are the sensors. And right, so in IoT the first task, right, what first thing is happen? The data collection, right, and that is done by the sensors, right? And whatever the data is collected, it may be stored or it may be sent to uh, the cloud. It may be stored in the local server or may be sent to the local server for the data analysis, right? So once data analysis will happen, right, then based on the decision, right, the control action is taken, right? For example, if we'll talk about like you have one IoT application in your room, like uh, in your AC you have added the IoT application, like once your room temperature uh, will go beyond some 30 degree, then automatically your AC will switch on, and once it will reach to below 24 degree, then automatically your AC will switch off. So in your system you need, right, all your action is depends on the temperature, so you must have a temperature sensor in your system, right? The temperature sensor will continuously sense the temperature inside your room. uh, so when it will reach, right, your temperature sensor is continuously getting the data of temperature, right? And that data may it send to some microcontroller or some local server or in the cloud uh, for the processing, for the data analysis. So where one what we'll do in in that process analysis, or in the processing, you just check, you just compare that value, temperature value, with two values, right? 24 degree and 30 degree, right? So if it's below 24, then you have to switch off the AC. If it's uh, uh, more than 24 volt, then you have to switch on the AC, right? So based on that analysis you do the actuation of switch on, switch off, switch on, switch off, right? So main three things are there, right? First is the sense data, second is to the analyze the data or process the data, and the third thing is the action, to take the action based on the analysis, right? uh, right, so one more example is switching off the water heater remotely when your water is heated as per the requirement, right? So here also you need to use the temperature sensor. So not only sensors are the things, but you can, right, as we have discussed, the things can be motor, any actuator, like hydraulic actuator, hydraulic pneumatic, hydraulic cylinder or pneumatic cylinder, right? Some motor may, things may be the variables like watch, right? It may be the vehicle, it may be the shoe, right? It may be some heart monitoring implants such as a pacemaker or ECG real-time tracking, right? So such kind of devices, right? Such kind of instrument can also be the thing. Then the biochip transponder for animals in the farm, right? It can be the things, automobiles which, with inbuilt sensors, right? You can consider the things, right? Then for food perishables quality measuring, right? Such kind of devices you can also take as a things, right? So specifically we will talk about the application, right? Nowadays, which are, uh, you will find everywhere, right? Or you will find like people are talking about that tech, that application, that is the home automation, right? IoT based home automation, right? So if particularly talk about that application, then you can consider like lighting control and automation devices, right, as a thing, right? Ventilation devices as a thing. You can take the air conditioner or ventilator fan or heater as a thing. If you have the washer or dryer in your house, then you can take it as a thing. Yeah, air purifier if you have, then it is also a thing. If you have oven, refrigerator or fridge, then you can consider it as a thing, right? If you have some security camera in your house, then you can take it as a thing, right? uh, you are doing all these things, right? We are controlling all those devices, all those things through your mobile phone. So you have connected your mobile phone in the network, so your smartphone is also a thing, right? So whatever you are connecting in the network, those all devices you can consider as a thing. Now this IoT, Internet of Things, right? So it's in that the internet technology which will connect the devices, machines or tools to internet by means of a wireless technology, right? So when we talk about the IoT, means whatever the data transferring you are doing, right? That is always by the wireless technology, right? So that wireless technology may be Bluetooth, it may be Wi-Fi, right? It may be Zigbee, it may be RFID, right? We already study radio frequency identification. In that we are transferring the data through the radio frequency, right? So that data transferring, right? That communication, right? It is by mean of such wireless technology, right? Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, Zigbee. The latest one is LoRa, right? Maybe I don't know you heard or not, but like Wi-Fi nowadays, uh, the Li-Fi is also available, right? Where the data is transferring to the light, right? So Li-Fi. So such any kind of wireless technology you can use, right? And that the technology used to connect the devices, machines or tools to internet, right? Using some internet technology. So if we'll talk about right now nowadays, then we can say like over 9 billions things are already connected with the internet, right? So in the internet means what, the network which you are using to browse some information, right? We'll open the website, we'll use the networking site, we will use the emails, right? For that, whatever internet we are using, with that internet already, some 9 billions things, right? So in these things we can include your laptop or uh, PC or your mobile phone and such kind of the devices related to IoT, right? So already 9 billions things are already connected, right? And it is expected then within a few year, right? After few year in the future, it will be crossed the 20 billions, right? So that is so like how every day by day these IoT devices are added to the internet, right? Every day we are adding more and more such kind of devices to internet, right? And also uh, why the number of things or number of devices or number of IoT application increasing day by day, right? Because of the unification of the technologies, right? Unification of technology means combination of the different technology like low power embedded system, cloud computing, big data, machine learning, networking, right? So the combination of we are able to combine this all technology, right? Because of that, every day we are making more and more um, IoT application, right? We are developing number of IoT application, right? And because of that, the number of things are increased day by day. Right? So uh, in 2000, like it's era of ubiquity, right? So ubiquity means at any place, at anywhere, right? So we want the application like we can control anything from anywhere, we can monitor anything from anywhere, anytime, right? So because of this requirement, right, we are using more and more IoT applications, right? Because using IoT application, you can control anything from anywhere at any time, right? And for that we are using internet, right? And already, as we told, like billions of the things are already connected with the internet, right? Uh, right. So because of that, uh, this internet is a, we can say, like buzzword today, right? Uh, right? And in that application, right, we are adding more and more sensor, right? We are transferring more and more data, right? Uh, uh, we need some kind of technology to communicate to these devices. So whatever the data we are generating, right, it's a huge amount of the data, and because of that huge amount of data, to control that huge amount of data, right, we need the complex, more complex system, more complex internet of things, right? So and because of this all things, right, nowadays this internet of thing IoT is became the popular term, right? And there are multiple way to give the definition of IoT, right? uh, right. So the multiple way to define the IoT, but basically the meaning of all the definition remains same, right? So you can say like IoT is a network of interconnected computing devices which are embedded in in everyday objects, enabling them to send and receive the data, right? So you can see in this definition some common terms are like network, uh, a network of computing devices, right? uh, then it can be an object, right? And they are able to send and receive the data, right? So the communication, the network, right, and the object, these are the words you can find in this definition, right? The same kind of the word, some uh, basic word, right, we will find in all the definition. The IoT is not just limited to the connected or network devices, right? But in a broader way, IoT device exchange the meaningful information from one device to the another to get desired result, right? So, right here also you can find like the exchanging of the information, right? And the networking. Uh, so we can also define the IoT as the network of physical object, right? So this physical object means the things, right? It can be sensor, or it can be some electronics device, it can be some machine, right? Or some tools like some software, right? So the internet of things is the network of physical object that contain embedded technology to communicate, right? So these physical object are able to communicate, to are able to exchange the data, right? And for that they can use some embedded technology, right? Like Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and everything, right? And sense or interact with their internal state or external environment, right? So the sense or interact with their internal state or external environment. So this is about the sensor, right? So sense or interact, right? So sensor can sense some physical quantity, some physical parameter of internal state, or it may be measuring those parameters from external environment, right? So here you can see in this definition, right, they include the network, then the things, then the some technology for communication purpose, and the sensor to sense some parameter, right? So all those terms are included in this definition. So uh, now the IoT is not a single technology, right? And it's a combination of technology and uh, domain knowledge, right? So in IoT we are using many technology, right? So because of that we can say like it's enabling many other technology, right? And as a result engineers from the different domain have to work together for building a complete IoT product, right? So if you want to create IoT product, right, so it is not about like IoT means in that we need to do some programming, so only the engineer from the IT or computer background are involved. Also it need like the electronics portion, right? For transferring the data and for processing the data, you need to use a microcontroller or some processor, means it's require only the electronics engineer, right? That is not like that, right? For example, you have the application related to civil engineering, then definitely some civil engineer should be involved, right, to create that complete IoT product, right? Because that civil engineer know like what data is important, right? They need the data in which form, right? So all this thing is known by the civil engineer. So because of that, this in IoT generally you can say like all the domain are involved, right? And life would be governed entirely by internet and the IoT in the near future, right? Because every day we are adding more and more applications. So we can expect like in near future we may build the millions of IoT applications, right? And for these IoT applications, right, we have to make the billions of smart systems, right? And to build the billions of smart system, we definitely need the trillions of sensors, right? So you can see, and the sensor means things. So you can see like to build or to make the millions of application, we need the trillions of the things or the sensors. So you can see this the amount of the things, right? Then some characteristic of IoT, right? So if you are you have some IoT application, you have some IoT system, right? Then what characteristic, right? What features that your system should have, right? So some of them are listed here. We will see one by one, right? So your system should be efficient, scalable, and it has the associated architecture, right? Then in your system, whatever the devices you are using means things. So things should have the unambiguous naming and addressing, right? And that is for identification purpose. For example, in the system you have 10 things, some 10 different devices, right? Some of the actuator like motor and some of the sensor, right? And when you want to do the communication between only two particular thing, then they must have some unique address or unique name, right? So that is one characteristic of IoT. Then abundance of the sleeping mode, mobile and non-IP devices, right? So these are also the characteristic of IoT, right? It should be mobile, movable, right? Uh, then the sleeping modes means whenever you do not need particular node, right? So like if you send some data, you process some data, for all those things you need power, you need the energy, right? And as this IoT application, generally we are using the mobile application, right? So your device is movable, so you definitely need to use the battery, and the battery have the limited energy, right? So if continuously your device continuously your sensor is using that energy, means within short time uh, your battery will discharge, right? So you should have some facility of sleeping mode. Sleeping mode means whenever your device is not in the picture, not in the performance, at that time you make it in the sleep mode, so it will not use more energy, right? So that way you will save your battery life. Then the intermittent connectivity, right? So definitely to communication with each other, to transfer the data with each other, right? You must have a good connectivity between the devices, right? Between the things, right? So these are the characteristic of IoT. So first of all, the connectivity, as I told, the connectivity is important and the first requirement of IoT infrastructure. Right? Everything in the IoT should be connected to the IoT infrastructure, and that is through the connectivity. The connectivity should be guaranteed at anywhere and anytime. Right? It is not like some place you have the connection, at some place you will lose that connection, right? So that kind of thing should not be there. Then the next is identity. So it's about the address, right? So each of the IoT devices should have the unique identity, and for that it should have the unique IP address, right? We already studied the IP address, like whenever some of the devices is connected in the internet, right? It must have the IP address, right? So here also we are using the IP address for the identity purpose. This identity is helpful in the communication, tracking, and to know the status of the thing, right? And the intelligence, so right, uh, like IoT devices, like they are not just for data collection. Right? So the data collection is not enough in IoT, right? Whatever the data they have collected, from that data, what actual information is needed, right? That extraction of that knowledge from that generated data is very important. Uh, for example, sensors generate the data, but the data will not be useful if it is uh, if it is not interpreted properly, right? Uh, so from whatever generated data, from that whatever exact information, exact your requirement, right? You should or you are capable of to extract, right? So that is also one characteristic of the IoT system. The device should be intelligent. So the intelligence is one of the key characteristics in IoT. And then the scalability, or your system should be scalable. So scalable means like once the scalability already we have seen the net in the computer network part, right? So scalability means like whatever your existing network, right? Whatever your existing IoT system, in that for example you have 10 number of devices right now. Now the number of users have increased, so because of that you need to add more devices, right? Or another way we can say like whatever your existing system, in that for example right now we are only sensing the temperature. Now you are adding some feature, and for that feature you need to measure the humidity. So you need to add the sensor which can measure the humidity. So that way the number of devices in your network is increased, right? By increase because of the increment in the number of user, or maybe because of you need to add some more feature in your system, right? So because of that you need to add more devices. So your system should allow to add those devices, the additional devices, right? It is not like once you will make a system, in that system you have only 10 devices right now. So now in that system you can't add more devices, right? For to increase the number of devices in your system, you have to develop this system again, right? That kind of thing should not be there, right? So your IoT system should be scalable, right? So number of elements or devices connected in the IoT zone, right? We know like it is increasing day by day. So your IoT setup should be capable of handling that expansion. Right? It can be the either expansion, it can be either expand capability in the terms of processing power, right? Maybe like number of devices is not increasing, but whatever data you are handling, that that amount of data may be increased. So before that you may need to uh, increase the processing power, right? Sometimes you need whatever the memory you are using in your existing system, right? So whatever memory you have, that memory is enough for store the information in the store the data or information what is whatever generated by the sensor. Now if you expand the system, then maybe the number of devices added. So because of that whatever data is generated is more, and that to store the data you need more memory. So you need to add more memory in your system, right? So that way also if you increase the memory, that is also kind of the expansion of the system, right? So all such kind of expansion your system should allow, right? And that is called scalability, right? So your IoT system, right, should be scalable, right? So that is one characteristic, right? uh, right, so that expansion can be this vertical scaling or horizontal scaling. So vertical scaling means increase the size of the uh, memory or increase the processing power, so that is called as a vertical scaling. And the horizontal scaling means you are adding some more number of devices, right? So your system should be able to uh, scalable in both way, vertical scaling and horizontal scaling, right? Then dynamic and self adapting, right? So it's about the complexity. So your IoT device should dynamically adapt themselves to the changing surrounding, right? So we know, like in IoT system, your devices, your things are movable, right? Or because of that movement, right, whatever the surrounding condition, it may change, right? So your device should be adapt that changes in the surrounding, changing in the environment, right? For example, we'll talk about a surveillance system, surveillance camera, which will use to monitor uh, whatever the activity going on at some particular place, right? Then your camera, it should be flexible to work in the different weather conditions, like in the morning, the afternoon, in the night, when the different light condition is there, right? Or it may be in the different season, like rainy time, or in the winter when there is a fog, right? So in all such kind of condition, all such kind of situation, your system is capable to work, right? So that is also one characteristic of IoT, right? Then if you talk about the architecture, right? So the IoT architecture is not yet uniform and standardized, right? There are many architectures are available, right, that you can use in your system, right? So that architecture, it should be hybrid, supporting different manufacturers product to function in the IoT network, right? So your architecture should be such kind, like the different manufacturer can make the product or can use the things uh, with each other, right? So it's kind of interoperability, right? Interoperability, like we have seen in the network, when we are studying the computer network, right? uh, we have, and for that purpose we have defined the protocols, right? For that, like some company want to manufacture the same thing, computer, then a different manufacturer, if their architecture is somewhat similar, then only then they can work interoperable, right? So same thing in IoT, whatever the architecture you are using, right, it should be like interoperable, right? And the most important architecture is the safety. So this is related to security and privacy, right? So we know, like we have uh, the things in your IoT system, right, which is measuring some data, which are transferring some data, right? So uh, in that data, some sensitive personal information may include, right? So that information may have some sensitive personal detail, right? So this detail of user might be compromised when the device are connected to the internet, right? So you're in IoT, you are connecting the device, your sensor with the internet, right? Means whatever the data transferring by the things, that sensor, right, is going to internet, right? And other people, other devices are already connected with the internet, right? So if you don't have the security, uh, proper security, right, then some other people can access that data, they can use that data, right, which are the very sensitive, right? So the data security is a major challenge, right? It's very important, and nowadays in IoT, this security is a major challenge, right? People are working more and more for that security, right? Because this could cause a loss of the user, right? Equipment in the huge IoT network may also be at risk, right? For example, if I'll give like you have a plant, in that plant you have a boiler, so using IoT application you are increasing the temperature of boiler, right, from the remote place. So for that you are using IoT application. From your home you are controlling the temperature, like in boiler the temperature is very much, right? So for example, that data, whatever the boiler temperature is right now, if the data is accessed by some other people, then it can increase that temperature beyond its limit, right? And because of that some accident may happen, right? So such we can say like your in your IoT network the equipment have the risk, right? And to avoid that risk, the network in your that devices must have some security, right? So that therefore the equipment safety is also critical, right, to avoid such kind of accident. These are the characteristic, right? Safety and uh, architecture, then the complexity, means dynamic and self-adapting, right? Uh, Scalability, intelligence, connectivity, and the identity, right? So these are the okay. Then the application area of IoT, right? So the scope and application area of IoT is very huge, right? Almost everything is covered by this IoT, right? So IoT can be used to build the application for agriculture automation, for embedded mobile, right? It can be used for energy sector, right? It can be used in the security and surveillance, right? It can be used in the assets tracking, it can be used in the defense, it can be used in the embedded application, it can be used in the education field, for the waste management, right? That may be the garbage or garbage control, or it may be like wastewater control, right? So for that waste management also we can use IoT. In the healthcare domain to make some healthcare product we can use IoT. In the telemedicine, right? So it is a new field, telemedicine. So using IoT, uh, the doctor and the patient are communicate, and they can means the doctor will provide the treatment to the patient, right? It can do some test using IoT, right, from the remote places. So it's kind of telemedicine. Then for some safety and security sector also we can use IoT, right? Uh, for the smart city application we can use IoT, right? Nowadays we know like every city, like government is trying to make the city as a smart city, right? So in the smart city application we can use IoT, right? Then smart home, right? It's very popular. For smart home, definitely we need IoT. Then if we talk about the industry, then in the industry there is one the revolution we can say, right? That is Industry 4.0. Nowadays, in the whatever industry you are whatever the industry right now we have, right? It may be the energy sector, it may be the oil sector, it may be some plant, uh, right? Some manufacturing plant, right? Some assembling plant. So all those plants are using the IoT. They're like uh, to for some automation purpose, right? And that technology is known as the Industry 4.0, right? This Industry 4.0 is used for industry automation, right? So in that Industry 4.0 also we are using IoT, right? So you can see like almost every sector is covered by IoT, right? So we have the IoT application in each and every area, right? So whatever the sector you will think, in that whatever the existing in that system, whatever the existing system is there, which generally we will do by like manually, right? So that thing you can make automatic through the IoT, right? Or you can control the things from the remote places through the IoT, right? So the application area, right? And if we talk about the particular applications, then we have a huge list, right? For example, the smart parking, structural health, noise, urban map, smart for detection, then traffic congestion, right? Smart lighting, smart road. So these are all the applications related to the smart city, right? Smart parking, smart lighting, smart road, right? Smartphone detection, then so these all are the smart city related application, right? Then air pollution control or air pollution monitor, right? Then waste management, right? Traffic congestion. So these all are the applications related to the smart city, right? Then for we can say that in the field of disaster management, right? Uh, uh, we can use IoT in the forest fire detection. We can use it in the landslide or avalanche prevention, right? Maybe you heard about some few days back in the North India, right? Because of the rain in Himachal Pradesh, right? Uh, at some places the landsliding is happening, right? In Maharashtra also that thing is happening, right? So for that prevention also we can use IoT application, right? Then the earthquake early detection we can also use the IoT in the river floods, right? To detect them, to get the information for these river floods. Also, we can use IoT, right? And then the smart grid is the application related to the smart city, right? Then at home we can use or some chemical plant we can use for tank level detection. We can use IoT, right? Nowadays we know like the way we are using the solar energy, right? We have the solar rooftop system, right? Also in industry also people are generating their power by themselves, right? Using the solar panels, the solar system, right? So that photovoltaic installation in that system also we can use IoT, right? Water flow, for water flow measurement we can use IoT. Also for the stock, right? In the stock market in some application, right? Nowadays you will not find such kind of application, but we can use IoT in the stock calculations, right? Then for some access control to make some premises, some area, like to provide the security, we can use IoT, right? Then to find the presence of some liquid, we can use IoT. To find the radiation level, we can use IoT, right? Some to find the presence of some explosive and hazardous gases, right? We can use IoT in industry for supply chain control or for supply chain management. We can use IoT. We can use IoT in NFC payment, right? So NFC is near field communication. So it's kind of like nowadays you will see like uh, in your credit card or in your debit card you have a Wi-Fi kind of symbol. So you do not need to scratch your card or you do not need to insert your card inside that machine, right? Which are using for payment. You just uh, keep take your card near to that machine, right? Automatically it will do the payment, right? So it's a kind of NFC payment, near field communication, right? We feel like it's using Wi-Fi, but actually it is not using Wi-Fi. It's a near field communication, right? Uh, uh, then intelligent shopping application like in the malls, right? We have in uh, mm, some country in some malls they are using like smart e-card, right? Smart trolley, in that whatever the thing you are placing, right? Automatically at the end of your shopping it will generate the bill. Like you do not need to uh, uh, stand in a queue, right? For making the bill of whatever the grocery you have purchased, right? Whenever you put any item in the in your cart, right? Automatically it will add it to your bill, right? And at the end it will generate the bill. So you just need to do the payment and you can go. So it will save your time, right? Also, some people are working on like the e-cart which will follow you, right? Nowadays we need to pull the cart, right? But the automatic cart will follow you. Once you will take it, it will follow you. You just need to place the things inside that cart, right? So such kind of application, in such kind of application we can use IoT, right? Also, I don't know, but you may have heard or not, in the Amazon warehouses, right? Amazon company, their warehouses, they are using the robot, right, to transfer the the item or material from one place to another place, right? Also, they have made one drone kind of thing which will do the delivery, right? So you will search on the YouTube, right? You will find the video. So in all such kind of application, we can use IoT. Right? So that list is very huge. Uh, then IoT stack. So IoT stack is uh, the IoT protocol. Right? So whatever protocol we are using, right, for that protocol, right, it has like it has the layers, right? It has the architecture of the layer kind of structure, right? Is the TCP/IP protocol and OSI reference model, right? So similar to the OSI model, right? This IoT protocol, whatever the IoT protocol you will use, right? That architecture have 7 layer, right? And uh, the 7 layers, it will start from the bottom. Then the first layer is the physical or sensor layer, right? You can see like it's similar to the OSI model, right? In OSI also we have physical layer, but here its name is physical or sensor layer. And the layer 2 is processing and the control action layer. Layer 3 is hardware interface layer. Layer 4 is RF layer. Layer 5 is session or message layer. Layer 6 is user experience layer, right? And layer 7 is the application layer, right? So the application layer 7, layer 5 is session layer, and the first layer is the physical layer, right? Its name is similar to the OSI model, right? The same way here the functionality also somewhat similar, right? Or here some layer names are different, and that because of the functionality in this particular IoT application, right? So because of that application they have given the different name, right? So this each layer one by one we'll see, right, in the next lecture. So we have next lecture, right, today only. So is there any question?